Bachelorette kind of fell into my lap. Not saying that I didn't, obviously my personality and certain avenues I've taken in life would get me there, but the work that I put into this wine label for it to have a lineup was a definite pinch me out of body experience moment. It was just incredible.
To go back to what you were just saying, in terms of it falling in your lap, I mean, you know, there are literally tens of millions of women that would love to be the Bachelorette. You
Right.
got it. You got it for a reason. How did Bachelor happen? Was there just like an open audition or something? Like, how does that happen for
So
you?
I actually lived in Germany for about 7 months at one point in my life, and I was dating a guy there. And we broke up, and I had to move back to Canada. I had no money. Like, I couldn't work in Germany, obviously, and I had nothing going on there. So I had no money. I was just a shell of myself. I had to move back in with my parents. I was like rock bottom. I had to start at the industry, at the restaurant industry again and work my way up. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? And my girlfriend submitted my pictures, videos of me, did all the paperwork to try and get me to go on The Bachelor. And that's how that happened.
Incredible.
Yeah, I was working at the restaurant one day and I had a missed call from LA and I was like, what? Who's calling me from LA? And the my
And it was
message on
Chris Harrison himself. No,
it
we
was a
want you.
casting producer
Well,
being like,
and I don't want to go to. We're not going to go into the salacious stuff, but you have taken over, at least temporarily or maybe permanently, hosting.
yeah.
How do you feel like the dynamic? I gotta think it's got to be working better having two women hosting The Bachelor. That should be the way it is. I mean,
Right?
it should have always been that way. What kind of reaction are you getting from the network, and are people just loving it?
Yeah, it was really interesting because when we were there and we were doing that and taking on that role, we didn't really know what it was going to look like. But having us there made so much sense. And even the producers and certain people are like, wait, why have we not always done this? I mean, of course, Chris Harrison was an absolute legend to the show and iconic, and he was the face of the franchise. But, we live in a world where it's evolving so quickly now, and women are having their moments. And you realize the power of having women together and making decisions, in creating vulnerability and connections. And it was really powerful to say, hey, we've been in your shoes and we know how you're feeling. And yes, you should want to quit. That means you're doing it right. And you are allowed to cry, and we're going to pick you up and we're going to pat you on the butt like the guy did to me night one, the drunk guy. And we're going to say, get back out there. And it's just really unique to have someone there who's been in that position before and can have conversations like women having other conversations with women. We could talk about sex. We could talk about important things with dating. We were able to talk about important things that the show was kind of lacking before. And it really does change the whole dynamic and perspective. And it helped Katie, who's the current Bachelorette, it really helped her be more vulnerable and in the moment and more like surrender to the process, just by having us there to say what you're feeling is normal.
Love it. I'm gonna watch like the end of the season.
Yeah, it's going to give actually the preview of.
I'm going to jump in for the end.